Good day, nurses. Now let's discuss the nervous system. When we say nervous system, nervous system is the master control system of the body. It regulates and coordinates all the body activities from breathing and heart rate to emotion, memory, and movement. The nervous system is one of the most complex and vital system of the human body. It acts as the body's communication and control center, responsible for perceiving internal and external stimuli, processing that information, and coordinating appropriate responses. It allows humans to think, move, feel, and maintain homeostasis. Structurally and functionally, the nervous system ensures rapid communication using electrical impulse and neurotransmitter. Okay, the nervous system is anatomically divided into two major parts. Okay, so we have the central nervous system, the central nervous system, and your peripheral nervous system. Your central nervous system contains of brain and spinal cord. Your peripheral nervous system, these are the nerves and the ganglia. Okay, your central nervous system composed of the brain and spinal cord. The CNS is the command center where the information is processed and responses are generated. When we say PNS consists of all the nerves and the ganglia outside the central nervous system. So the PNS connects the body to the central nervous system, and this PNS is subdivided into two. Okay, it's subdivided into two. We have the sensory and motor. Okay, the sensory and motor. When we say sensory, it is also known as the afferent. Ibig sabihin ng afferent, towards. When we say motor, this is efferent. When we say efferent, this is away. So it means that the sensory, okay, the sensory is from sensory to central nervous system. Kasi nga towards, so papunta siya sa central nervous system. Sensory to central nervous system. When we say motor, efferent, away. So paalis naman siya sa brain natin. So from CNS, from central nervous system to the effector organ. Okay, bigyan natin ng example to. So from sensory to central nervous system, the afferent. For example, sensory, kapag once na humawak ka ng mainit na bagay. For example, yung mag. Pag mainit yun, normally, ang ating kamay may mga sensory receptors. This sensory receptor, yung they can detect pain. Okay, hinawakan mo yung isang bagay, pag hawak mo, yung heat na transfer ngayon sa sensory receptor. Yung sensory receptor natin, ipapadala ngayon sa ating brain. Okay, yung pagpapadala ng information or ng stimuli sa ating brain, that's already a afferent. Okay, that is sensory. Pag sinabi naman natin motor, ito yung movement, action daw. Paano magkakaroon ng action? Nagpunta sa brain yung information, yung message, yung stimuli, and then ibabalik niya ngayon sa may effector organ. For example, ang effector organ natin, the muscle. Okay? So kapag pinadala ni brain yung signal doon sa muscle natin, normally ang muscle natin ay magko-contract. Pag nag-contract yan, normally aalisin natin yung kamay natin doon sa may mug. So that's already a motor. Ibig sabihin, efferent away sa brain. Yung information or yung stimuli palabas sa brain. That's efferent. Pag afferent, okay, papunta yung stimuli doon sa brain natin. Okay, your motor or your efferent is divided into two. Your somatic nervous system and your autonomic nervous system. Okay, your somatic nervous system and your autonomic nervous system. When we say somatic nervous system, this is our voluntary. Okay, so that means voluntary sila. Ibig sabihin ng voluntary, we can control them. So the best example for your voluntary or the somatic nervous system, we have your skeletal muscle. Okay, your skeletal muscle. Dahil, di ba, we can control. Kung gusto natin maglakad, maglalakad tayo. Kung ayaw natin maglakad, hindi tayo maglalakad. Okay? Kung gusto natin tumayo, tatayo tayo. We can control them. Okay? That is somatic nervous system, voluntary movement. When we say autonomic nervous system, these are involuntary. So, sino ang best example natin dito? Yung hindi daw natin makokontrol. The heart. Okay, the heart, yung cardiac natin, smooth muscles, and glands. These are the example of your autonomic nervous system because they are involuntary. Hindi mo naman pwedeng makontrol yung pagtibok ng puso mo. Diba? Si puso lang ang tumitibok. Hindi mo naman pwede sabihin, stop. Diba? Stop. Hindi pwedeng ganon. Kasi nga, involuntary sila. We cannot control them. Okay, your autonomic nervous system is divided into three. You have your sympathetic, your parasympathetic, and your enteric. Okay, your sympa, para, and your enteric. When we say sympathetic, okay, so pag sinabi nating what we call this one, sympathetic nervous system, this is the fight or flight response. Okay, this is the fight or flight response. Pag sinabi naman nating parasympathetic, okay, your parasympathetic, usually your parasympathetic, we use that one during rest and digest. Okay, so okay, your enteric nervous system, okay, is a vast network of neurons that control the gastrointestinal tract. Okay, often referred to as the brain in your gut. It is the division of autonomic nervous system located within the walls of the digestive system. Okay, so usually for the digestive system lang yan. Pero gagamitin lang natin your sympa and your parasympathetic. Okay, so pag sinabi natin sympa, fight or flight, your para, rest and digest. So kailan ba natin ginagamit to? Your sympathetic, ito yung nagkakaroon tayo ng adrenaline rush. Okay, your adrenaline rush. Bakit? Kasi kapag sympathetic, we use your epinephrine and your norepinephrine. Okay, we use epi and norepi. Okay, yan yung hormone na ginagamit natin. Okay, kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng fight or flight response or yung tinatawag natin na adrenaline rush. So next naman natin, we have your parasympathetic. Si parasympathetic natin, we use your acetylcholine. Okay? This hormone yung ginagamit natin, the acetylcholine. Ano bang ginagawa ni sympathetic or parasympathetic? Just imagine, yung pag kayo ay hinabol ng aso, nagugulat na lang kayo, di ba? Kahit ang tagal-tagal nyo nang hindi tumatakbo, mas mabilis kayo minsan tumakbo kaysa dun sa aso. Or kung hindi naman, kapag may mga calamities such as sabi natin flood, or typhoon, or sabi natin may sunog, ang nangyayari doon, parang kahit hindi mo naman yung for example yung refrigerator, ang daming laman yan, pero nagugulat ka nang dahil sa may mga calamities, nagagawa mo siyang buhatin. Kahit mas malaki sa'yo yung ref at kahit mas mabigat sa'yo yung ref, nagagawa mo siyang buhatin because of the adrenaline response. Okay? So, ganyan yung nangyayari kapag once na sympathetic response. Ano naman nangyayari sa ating mga organs during the sympa and your parasympathetic? Sa eyes natin, nagkakaroon ng dilation. During sympathetic, nagkakaroon ng dilation. So, kapag ikaw ay, for example, may kaaway or nasa madilim na lugar tapos ikaw kinakabahan, that's already a sympathetic response. So, kung mapapansin mo, dilated yung ating mata. Kaya nga kung mapapansin natin, napakalinaw ng pagtingin mo, ganyan, yung bawat angle, parang nagiging alert ka, nagiging, yung parang matanglawin ba yung sinasabi nila na ganyan, because of the sympathetic response. Okay? So, kung ang eyes natin dilation, dito ay constriction. Next naman natin sa heart rate natin. Sa heart rate natin, nag-i-increase ang heart rate, nagdi-decrease ang heart rate. Kaya nga pag hinahabol ka ng aso, di ba? Grabe yung heart rate mo, grabe ang tachycardia, ang bilis tumibok ng puso mo kapag sympathetic. Kapag ikaw naman at rest, syempre, nagdi-decrease yung heart rate natin. Di ba? Unless na may ginawa kang hindi maganda tapos umupo ka, that's already sympathetic pa rin yun. Ha? So, hindi it means na ikaw ay nag-rest lang, okay, as long as, what do you call this one, na-activate, okay, na-activate yung sympathetic response natin, okay, mag-i-increase ang heart rate. Okay, next natin your lungs. Anong ginagawa niya? Dito ay bronchodilation. Dito naman is bronchoconstriction. Kaya kung papansinin natin, class, di ba, pag tumakbo tayo, parang hingal na hingal tayo, grabe tayo kung huminga, para sa ganun masuplayan, makuha natin kung ano yung mga kailangan ng ating cells na oxygen. And sa liver natin, nag-i-increase ang sugar, okay, para mas marami tayong energy na magamit, 'di ba? Sa liver natin doon nagkakaroon ng storage ng mga stored glucose natin or yung glycogen na tinatawag. So ang ginagawa during sympathetic response, nagkakaroon tayo ng glycogenesis. Okay, nagkakaroon tayo ng glycogenesis, bini-breakdown niya yung stored glycogen natin or yung stored glucose natin sa ating liver para may magamit ang ating cell na energy. So, nagdi-decrease naman yung sugar dito. Sa ating GI, okay, nagkakaroon ng, what they call this one, sa ating GI, increase, okay, nagdi-decrease ang peristalsis, nag-i-increase naman ang peristalsis dito. Okay, so, syempre, may nakita ka naman na tumatakbo, habang tumatakbo, sikawe siya, ganyan, natatae siya, di wala namang ganon. Okay, sa kidney naman natin, decrease ang urine production, dito, increase ang urine production. Sa bladder, dilated, dito, constricted. Yung secretions natin, nagdi-decrease, dito, nag-i-increase. So, yan ang effect ng sympa and your parasympathetic response. Okay? So, proceed tayo sa ating types of cells. You have two types of cells. You have the neuron and your glial cells. Okay, your neuron and your glial cells. When we say neuron, it receives stimuli, conduct action potential, transmit signal to another neuron or effector organ. Okay, your glial cells naman primarily supportive of the CNS, and your PNS has the ability to divide. So, ibig sabihin yan, class, mas madami, mas numerous yung number ng ating the glials compared to the neurons. Okay? So, as simple as this, si neuron natin hindi nag-undergo yan ng cell division. So, kapag once na 1 million lang ang neurons mo, tapos namatay sila or nasira sila, hindi na sila magre-replenish. Hindi na sila dadami. Hindi na sila papalitan pa. So, ang tendency, kung nabawasan ka ng 100,000 na neuron, ibig sabihin, hindi na sila madadagdagan pa. Yun na lang ang number mo. Unlike kay glial cells, pag nasira sila, magpapalit lang sila. Nag-a-undergo sila ng cell division compared to neuron na hindi. Okay? So, dito muna tayo kay neuron natin. Si neuron, may mga different type, may different parts tayo ng ating neuron. First, we have the soma or the cell body. Okay? This is the cell body or the soma. Itong itong ulo yan, ito yan. That is the cell body and soma. Anong ginagawa ni cell body? Your cell body contains nucleus. Contains nucleus that integrates signals. Siya ngayon yung nagre-receive or yung nag-i-interpret nung stimuli. Or nung signal. Siya yung nag-i-integrates ng signal. Then after nyan, meron tayong tinatawag na dendrites. Si dendrites naman natin, your dendrites is receive impulses. Siya naman yung nagre-receive impulses from other neurons. So it means yung ating dendrites nakakonect yan doon sa axon ng ibang neuron para ipasa sa kanya at i-receive niya yung stimuli. Next natin, we have the axon. Si axon. Ito naman si axon natin. Si axon natin send electrical impulse away. Send electrical impulse. Away sa ating cell body. So, that isasend niya yan dito. And then next natin, we have your myelin sheath. This myelin sheath natin. Si myelin sheath naman natin, insulate axon. Insulate axon. Bakit niya ini-insulate si axon? Para mag-speed up. Para mag-speed up yung signal. To speed up the signal. So, ang mangyayari, pag pinasa ni cell body, na-receive ni dendrites, inanalyze ni cell body, dadalhin niya kay axon. Pagdala ni axon, dapat yung ating information or yung signal pupunta sa may axon's terminal. So ngayon, para mabilis ang pag-send or pag-transmit ng information or ng signal, dadaan ngayon yan sa may ating myelin sheath. Si myelin sheath, i-insulate niya para sa ganun, hindi lumagpas or hindi makawala yung information or yung signal at diretso lang yan papunta sa atin axon terminal para dalhin niya yung information or yung signal sa effector organ or sa other neuron. And then next natin, your nodes of Ranvier. Ito yung in between Okay? You're in between the myelin sheath. Your nodes of Ranvier, siya yung responsible for the saltatory conduction. Okay, when we say saltatory conduction, ito yung pag-jump ng signal from one node of Ranvier to another. So, mas pinapabilis niya ngayon yung pag-transmit ng information. Sa ating neuron, meron tayong different types. We have mnemonic na bump. Okay? Your bump. Sino si bump natin? B for bipolar, U for unipolar, M for multipolar, and P for pseudo-unipolar. Okay? First natin, let's name them according to the structure. Unipolar, bakit siya unipolar? From the word uni. Nag-iisa. Nag-iisa lang yung kanyang axon. Next naman natin your bipolar. Bakit bi? From the word bi, it means two. Dalawa yung axon niya. 1, 2. Next, your multipolar. Si multipolar natin, marami siyang dendrites. Okay, madami siyang dendrites. Ayan siya. Ito yung mga dendrites niya. Okay, kaya siya tinawag na multipolar. And next natin, we have your pseudo-unipolar. Bakit pseudo? Pag sinabi natin pseudo, false. Okay, akala natin axon ito, pero hindi naman pala. Kaya siya tinawag na pseudo-unipolar. Let's call them according to their function. First, we have the unipolar. Si unipolar natin, these are the sensory neurons. Okay, they are the sensory neurons. Okay, most unipolar neurons in human are pseudo-unipolar. Okay, next natin, your bipolar. Si bipolar natin, one axon and one dendrite. One axon and one dendrite. So your pseudo-unipolar, your bipolar, okay, these are the special sensory. Usually, makikita lang natin sila sa retina. Okay, makikita lang natin sila sa retina, sa may eye. Okay, sa may olfactory, sa nose. And your ears. Okay, doon lang natin sila makikita sa may cochlea and the vestibular system sa ear. Again, retina sa eye, olfactory sa may nose, and ear, your cochlea, and your vestibular system. Next natin, your multipolar. Your multipolar, one axon and many dendrites. Okay? So, para saan naman si ating multipolar? Si multipolar natin, these are the motor and interneuron. Okay? So, pag sinabi natin interneuron, dyan, okay, in between the two neuron, for example, the sensory and the unipolar and the pseudo-unipolar, magdidikit sila, nasa gitna si multipolar. Okay? So, in between lagi si multipolar. So, ang ginagawa niya, kinoconnect niya yung isang neuron sa another neuron. In between siya. That's the multipolar. And lastly natin, your pseudo-unipolar. Your pseudo-unipolar, usually ang function naman nito ay these are the tinatawag natin na for sensory neuron. Okay? These are the sensory neuron. Ito, motor neuron, motor and interneuron. Ito, sensory neuron. Okay? So, sensory neuron. Yan yung example ng ating neurons. Now, proceed tayo sa glial cells natin. Your glial cells, they have the ability to divide. So, meron tayong different types ng ating glial cells. We have the astrocyte, oligodendrocytes, the microglia, ependymal, and your Schwann cells. Your astrocyte, okay, they form the blood-brain barrier. Okay? They form the blood-brain barrier. Next naman natin your oligodendrocyte, they myelinate the unmyelinated, wait lang, palitin ko lang. Okay, pag sinabi nating oligodendrocyte, they myelinate the unmyelinated axon. Okay, yung mga hindi na myelinate na coveran, okay? 'Di ba yung myelin sheath natin? Okay, your myelin sheath, 'di ba sabi natin siya yung responsible for para doon sa hindi lumabas. Okay? Your myelin sheath, responsible yan to insulate the axon. Yung mga hindi na insulate na axon or na coveran na myelin sheath, si oligodendrocyte ang magko-cover sa kanya. Next natin your microglia. These are the fighting cells ng ating nervous system. Your ependymal cells produces cerebrospinal fluid. And your Schwann cells, okay, dito gawa si myelin sheath. Okay, your myelin sheath is made up of your Schwann cells. Astrocyte, they form the blood-brain barrier. Your oligodendrocyte myelinate the unmyelinated axon. Microglia, they are the fighting cells. The ependymal produces cerebrospinal fluid. The Schwann cells, they produces or they are the myelin sheath are made up of your Schwann cells. Okay, so proceed tayo sa ating major brain regions. Okay, the major brain region. So major brain regions natin, meron tayong cerebellum, the cerebrum, and the brainstem. So pag sinabi natin cerebrum, this is for higher thinking. Okay, for higher thinking. Ang function niya is for higher thinking. Aside from that, memory, voluntary motor movement, okay, and sensory perception. Language, and reasoning. Okay, so si cerebrum natin, these are the largest region in the brain. Your cerebrum is divided into 4 lobes: your frontal, the parietal, the temporal, and your occipital. Pag sinabi nating frontal lobe, this lobe is responsible for decision making, problem solving, for speech, reasoning, and your social behavior. So next naman natin, we have the parietal lobe. Your parietal lobe for sensory input. Usually, pain, touch, and temp. Yan yung sensory input na didetect ng ating parietal lobe. Next, your temporal. Usually, ito ay for hearing. Your occipital, vision. And visual processing. Okay? So, next naman natin, we have the cerebellum. The cerebellum, I should say. The cerebellum is responsible for balance and coordination, of voluntary movement, posture, and muscle tone. That is your cerebellum. Your brainstem naman, okay, your brainstem is divided into 3. Your midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Okay? So, si brainstem natin, usually, responsible yan for, eto siya, si brainstem, vital life function. Okay? For vital life function. Ano yun? We have the breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. Okay? So, aside from that, even reflexes. Okay, ano yung mga reflexes natin? We have the coughing, swallowing, and vomiting. Yan ay responsible si ating brainstem. Si midbrain natin, control eye movement. Okay, it controls the eye movement, process auditory and visual reflexes. Process auditory and visual reflexes. Okay, your pons helps regulate breathing. Okay, it helps regulate breathing, facial sensation, and expression. Okay, pons breathing helps regulates breathing, facial sensation, and expression. Your medulla oblongata controls breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and the reflexes. You have the coughing, swallowing, and vomiting. Okay, these are the three major organs: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. Your cerebrum divided into 4 lobes: the frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. Your brainstem divided into 3: the midbrain, pons, and the medulla. Okay, your cerebrum for higher thinking, your cerebellum, balance and coordination, your brainstem for heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing, vital life function. Okay, so next we have the cranial nerve. Sa cranial nerve natin, meron tayong your yung cranial nerve number 1 hanggang 12. Okay, your cranial nerve number 1, olfactory. Ibig sabihin, smell. Cranial nerve number 2, optic, vision. Cranial nerve number 3, the oculomotor. Ito yung eye movement. Okay, yung pag-inward and upward ng ating mata. Okay, your pupil response as well. Your cranial nerve number 4, your trochlear. Okay, eye movement to, downward and inward. Okay, yung pagbaba at saka yung inward movement. Okay, next natin your cranial nerve number 5, the trigeminal. Ito naman yung chewing. Okay, chewing and sensation. Cranial nerve number 6, the abducens, lateral eye movement, side by side. There's in your cranial nerve number 7, the facial, ito yung facial expression and taste. Next, your cranial nerve number 8, the cochlear or the vestibulocochlear, hearing and balance. Cranial nerve number 9, the glossopharyngeal, okay, the swallowing and the gag reflex. Cranial nerve number 10, the vagus, the rest and digest. Okay, the rest and digest. Cranial nerve number 11, accessory, yung pag-move ng ating shoulder. And the cranial nerve number 12, the hypoglossal tongue movement. Okay? So now proceed tayo sa ating spinal cord. Sa spinal cord natin, okay, divided into 5 regions. We have the cervical, thoracic, lumbar, sacral, and the coccyx or the coccygeal. Okay, si cervical natin, okay, ang ating spinal cord, we have 31 pairs. Okay, your first natin, we have the cervical. We have the 8 pairs. Okay, may 8 pairs tayo. From C1 to C8. Okay, your C1 to C8. Ano ang ating ginagawa ng ating spinal nerve? Your spinal nerve, ng ating cervical nerve, it controls the head. Okay, controls the head, the neck, the diaphragm, shoulder, arms, and hands. Okay, usually class pag cervical 3, okay, your C3 to C5, dyan natin makikita si phrenic nerve. Okay, dyan natin makikita si phrenic nerve natin. Si phrenic nerve natin, itong C3 to C5 natin, pag nagkaroon ng injury dyan sa C3 to C5, for sure, merong problem sa breathing because your phrenic nerve controls the diaphragm. Okay, so kapag damage itong C3 to C5 natin, meron tayong paralysis and respiratory failure. Next, we have the thoracic region. Sa thoracic region natin, may 12 pairs tayo from T1 to T12. Okay, ano naman ginagawa niya? It controls the chest muscle, the intercostal muscle, the abdominal muscle, okay, the back muscles, pero some lang some back muscles. Okay, so usually ang ating T1 to T12 plays a role in posture, breathing, and trunk stability. Kapag nagkaroon ng injury, may affect ang ating balance and breathing. Okay, so magkakaroon ng spare arm function. Okay, yun yung mangyayari kapag nagkaroon ng thoracic injury. Next natin, we have the lumbar region. Si lumbar region natin may 5 pairs tayo from L1 to L5. Ano naman ito? It controls the lower abdomen, okay, the hips, the thigh, the legs, and part of the foot. Usually responsible yan for walking and leg strength. Kaya kapag may injury dyan sa ating lumbar region, it can cause leg weakness or paralysis. Next natin your sacral region. Sa sacral region natin may 5 pairs din tayo from S1 to S5. Okay, usually pelvic area na yan. Okay, pelvic area na yan. Anong ginagawa niya? It controls the buttocks, genitals, bladder, bowel, feet, and toes. Okay, so this is important for sexual function, urination, and defecation. Okay, kapag nagkaroon ng damage or injury, may result in bladder loss and bowel control. Yun yung tinatawag nating incontinence. Okay, so next natin, we have the sacral, the coccygeal. Sorry, andito pala si S1. Ito pala si sacral class. Tapos si L1. Sorry, hindi ko nakita. Wait lang, move ko lang. Okay, so move nyo na lang. Si sacral na, si S1 natin nandito. And then yung last natin, we have the coccyx or the coccygeal region. Okay, the tailbone, yung tinatawag natin na tailbone. So, may one pair lang siya. So, usually, ito naman is for the sensory. Okay, minor sensory role in the skin of the coccyx area. No major function yan. Okay, no major function. So, again, there's C1 to C8, T1 to T12, L1 to L5, S1 to S5, coccygeal 1. Only one pair. Okay, so that's end for our nervous system.